Normally, I draw portraits, but today I wanted to tackle dynamic poses. And although I have had my fair share of poses and everything, I do think it's a bit different when we incorporate perspective. Today I'm just going to talk about what I did and what I ended up making. Let's go. Step 1. Find your poses. Now, I'm not very good at this, so I just kind of scroll on Pinterest for a bit and kind of grabbed anything that caught my attention, things with really big perspective, a lot of movement in the form of the character. That's something I'm really trying to work on. From there, I kind of just went into it. I wanted to be loose and expressive with it, so I used this blue color just for my sketches and started sketching out the characters. I did play around, did a few copies of a few of them, just trying to find what I wanted my piece to look like. Overall, I just had a lot of fun pushing the perspective on a lot of these, since like I said, I normally just do faces and there's not much you can do with that, but really using the whole body and the whole angle to push and foreshorten everything. So here's what I ended up deciding on, and I just thought it was really cute, but I knew I wanted to change up the style of the characters a little bit and what they were wearing, a little more 90s vibe, I guess. Step 2 was really making the actual drawing. So I started adding in a more clean sketch layer and adding in those details I was talking about, making a different style, kind of was playing around with different poses for the hands as well. So lay down those base colors and then I will change my line art layer to multiply so that I can get a nice color to work with that's not too harsh like black. Personally, I tend to use a lot of different lighting layers and color adjustment layers, so here I'll put linear burn as the shadow and kind of play around with what colors I want to use. I'll blend out the edges and just get the lighting situated for me to start rendering over top of that. This is a very messy stage right now. I'm not too worried about how clean it is, and I will take away some of the accessories to add back later. I also usually jump right into rendering over top, so I'll make a new layer over anything else that I have, and I'll link the brushes I use. I mainly use my block brush, and I used a few different brushes from my newest brush pack, which again, I'll link everything in the description for you guys. But I just go over top with a new layer and just start fleshing out what I want. So here I'm working on the blonde's face. I do jump around a bit though, so I'll jump back and forth between different parts because I don't want to spend too much time in one area. You can get really caught up in the details and not see the overall picture. As you might notice, I use a lot of cross-hatching when I'm starting, but also as I build it up, to try and get texture more incorporated into the overall piece. As I said before, I just use a lot of little brush strokes to flesh it out really. I like to think I'm painting more as sculpting, where I'm sculpting it out from either dark to light or light to dark, really blending it and trying to see the full 3D form. So that was definitely something that I played around with and kind of struggled with since it was a push perspective, trying to flesh it out while staying in that perspective. For a lot of the details such as the beads on the hair or the glasses and jewelry that I'm going to add later, I did make a separate layer, just set that to alpha lock, and then I just kind of paint over that however I want and kind of go crazy with it, add my darks and lights. So that was really good for isolating. I would recommend that, especially for these smaller details where they're going to have their own lighting and shadows. Here I just blocked out the hand because it was distracting me a little bit, and I just like to do that when I'm trying to focus on other things. From there, I'll start adding in some texture into the jeans because I did want them to have a bit of a rougher look compared to everything else. I want you to be able to kind of see the difference. Once I got everything else kind of settled, I did go back in to try and get this hand done. It took me a while. I don't know why. I was just really struggling with it. But I'm gonna show you guys all the times I try to redo it. I don't even know what I settled on. Yeah. Anyways, I did try and redo it a lot. So if you're struggling with hands, me too. Now I'm just going in, adding in all those little accessories I was talking about. So here I made some chains and just set them to their own layer, added some different colors, and here I'm working on the blondes accessories as well. Very simple. I didn't want it to be too distracting. Here I just added a little rim around the characters. I like to do this to make them pop out a little more. I don't know if you see that in my other drawings. But after that, I just kind of add a gradient and, you know, finishing touches, and they're done. I hope you like them. I think they're really cute. I don't know. Let me know what you think of the perspective. I don't know. I think they're cute. Yeah, that's it. Bye.